24 races down, 14 drivers locked into the playoffs, 2 races left to make it, and only 2 more drivers can make it in the playoffs. There are a lot of really good drivers who need to win here in the next 2 races. Who will have what it takes to make it into the playoffs? Let's find out now. Race number 25, the Bojangles Southern 500 at Darlington Raceway. As if the lady in black wasn't intimidating enough as she is, it doesn't help that now for a lot of drivers, this race could be your last chance to make it into the postseason. In the past 3 years, this has been NASCAR's throwback weekend, where most of the drivers and their teams and sponsors don paint schemes that embrace NASCAR's greatest legends and heritage of years of racing on tracks like Darlington. Although this weekend is for remembering the classics, the brand which has dominated Darlington in recent years has been Toyotas, with winners such as Carl Edwards, Martin Truex Jr., and Denny Hamlin. And other Toyota drivers have also ran very well here in the past few years, with 5 Toyotas being in the top 10 here a year ago. In fact, Denny Hamlin was the winner here a year ago, but if it wasn't for a last lap run of bad luck, I think that Martin Truex Jr. would have won 2 in a row at Darlington. Denny Hamlin needs to win this race to lock himself into the playoffs. I see Hamlin running very well, and being where he has a shot to win again. However, in the end, I see Martin Truex Jr. winning once again at Darlington, bringing many worries to drivers such as Hamlin, Logano, Kurt Busch, and Kasey Kahne. Only 2 of them can make it into the round of 16 after Indy. Martin Truex gets his 5th win of the year at Darlington, and the worries are on for the rest of the other guys. Race number 26, the Big Machine Brickyard 400. Brick by brick, lap by lap, the regular season has come down to Indy. For some, this may seem like the end. For one, this could be their new beginning for the year. Only 2 more can make it into the playoffs now. Last year, this race went as long as it could possibly go. With caution after caution, Kasey Kahne would come out on top to survive this endurance race of the Brickyard 400. I'm sure he'd love the chance to repeat and give his new team a sign of hope. Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Clint Bowyer, Paul Menard, and Jamie McMurray, I believe will be the 5 drivers with the greatest chances to fill the final 2 spots based on points. I'm sure that Jamie McMurray and Paul Menard would love nothing more than to do what they did in 2010 and 2011. However, I think back to last year's race, and there were 2 drivers who were just so dominant up until they messed up and took each other out. Last year, it was all about Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch. I see 2018 being the exact same, but in the end, I imagine that Kyle Busch will be able to edge out Martin Truex Jr., and he will win his 3rd race at the Brickyard in 4 races, and Kyle Busch will also win his 4th race of 2018. As the 18 team celebrates by kissing the bricks, some teams sit in tears and silence as the numbers are crunched in and they realize that their playoff hopes were just that, hopes. However, for 2 teams, there is a sigh of relief. Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano are able to advance into the playoffs based on their points, and for them, it's a chance to start over. They've made it, and now the real fight begins for 16 drivers in the next 10 weeks. One goal in their minds: Homestead. So now here we are. We are beginning the round of 16 in the playoffs, and although I will not be able to know the exact breakdown of stage points, based on predicted wins, I believe I can have an idea of who will be where in the round of 16 and who will be eliminated after the next 3 races. These 16 are as followed. First, Martin Truex Jr. After another dominating season, he now has 5 wins for 2018, and I'm sure he would also have quite a few stage victories as well. Number 2, Kyle Busch, who collects 4 wins during the regular season, and he looks to get back to the championship 4 once again, and seek redemption on last year's close defeat from Martin Truex Jr. Chase Elliott comes into this playoffs with an impressive 3 wins to his 2018 racing season, and with that, he will start the round of 16 from that same number in 3rd. The next 3 drivers each share 2 wins each, 2 former champions, and 1 driver who many thought would be a favorite if he made it to Homestead in 2017. And he was even right on the bumper of the leaders at the end of Miami. Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, and Kyle Larson bring up the top 6 in the point standings. Now, the drivers from 7th to 14th each have only collected 1 win this season, and that includes 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson, Eric Jones, Alex Bowman, Daniel Suarez, rookies William Byron and Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney, and AJ Allmendinger. Finally, the last 2 of Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano found out at Indy that they had managed to barely make it in based on their point standings at the end of the regular season. Originally, I thought this series would only be a 6-part series. However, consider this an extension. We have finished the regular season, and we have now set up the round of 16 in the playoffs. In part 6, we will take a look at the first 3 races of the round of 16 in the 2018 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. And we will set up the round of 12 for part 7. So, I'll see you for part 6 if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also go ahead and hit that like button, and leave a comment down below of what you think so far. How do you like who made it into the playoffs? Who do you want to see advance into the round of 12? Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the playoffs.